Hello, soulmates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you are new to this channel, you're very much welcome. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to cut and sew this net blouse that I'm putting on. So this blouse can be worn underneath your sleeveless dress, or it can even be worn underneath your corset. So if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get right into this tutorial. So guys, I use 1 yard of a lace or net fabric. So this is the net I use. So it is a chantilly lace, but my own chantilly does not have that edge that those chantilly usually have, but it is a chantilly lace. And from the 1 yard I used, this was what was remaining. So you can use any net or lace of your choice. You can even use all those plain mesh if that's what you have. So now let's draft the pattern of this blouse. You can just cut directly on your fabric, but because I'm working with a white fabric, I don't want to stain it with chalk. So I'll just be cutting a pattern, then I'll be transferring it to the fabric later. So as you can see, this is my shoulder, armhole, and waist. So that waistline is your half length. So my own is 16. So if you want the top to be longer than this, fine, you can make it longer. But for me, I'm using 16 inches as my length. I just want it to be below my under bust. So that's my waist length there. So now just go ahead and do your armhole. So just go ahead and do my armhole now. So after the armhole, I'll go ahead and measure my bust at my armhole line. So my bust is 8.5. That's my bust divided by 4 is 8.5. Then I'll measure my waist divided by 4. So we are not adding any dart allowance to this. So we are not adding any dart allowance to the waist. And I'm not adding any allowance to the bust area yet. So when I'm cutting the fabric, I will add everything. So you can put that in yours if you want it to be very fitted. You can put that, but I'm not using that for mine. So you do your shoulder slope, and for the neckline of the front. So because we are using a bishop neckline, so I use 2.5 by 2.5 for the front. So I will also draft the back neckline on this same pattern. And for the back neckline, it should be 2.5 inches wide by 1 inches deep. So for the front, it was 2.5 by 2.5, and for the front, for the back rather, I'm using 2.5 by 1 inch deep. So that's the back. The smaller neckline is the back. So when I'm cutting this on my fabric, I'll first cut the back, then I'll now cut the front. So I'm using this pattern for the back and front. So guys, this is our pattern. And when you are transferring it to your fabric, that's if you are not cutting directly on your fabric and you are cutting a pattern like me, so you add the necessary sewing allowance at the side, at the shoulder area, at the neckline area. And for the back, we don't need to add a zipper allowance because the zipper allowance will be at the back. I only open up the back a little, which I'll be showing you. So for the sleeve, this is the sleeve I'll be using. I drafted the sleeve in one of my tutorials, so I'll be using the pattern to just cut my sleeve. So depending on how long you want your sleeve to be, you can determine that. And if you want it to be short sleeve, you can also determine that. So these are the pattern. Let's go ahead and cut the fabric. So this is the fabric. So this is the front. So this is what the front looks like. And this is the back. So for my back, I opened up this part, so 5 inches deep. So that's what I did to that part. So I made sure it was 5 inches deep because of the neckline. And for the my neckline, the bishop collar, I just went ahead to measure my neck circumference. Then I cut out this tiny piece, and it is about 2 inches long. That is on fold, it is 2.5. So when I sew with half inch, I have 2 inches. So this is the sleeve. I went ahead to cut it. And for the back now, for the opening at the back, you can either use a bias tape to turn it, or you can just cut a facing for it. So at first I wanted to use a bias tape to turn this, but I later changed my mind, and I'm happy I did not use a bias tape because the facing looks very much better compared to the bias. So for the facing, as you can see, I've placed my fabric on a small pieces of the net fabric. Then I'm just cutting it out. So let me reshape what I have here. It is just very small facing. So from your leftover fabric or from your pieces, you can just cut the small facing. So you open up the facing to the length that you did on the back. So you open up the facing too. Then you place the facing on it like this and you sew. So you place the facing on it. So locate the wrong and the right side of your fabric, then you sew. So after sewing, this is what I have. So I would advise that you can use a hemming gum to hold the facing and the main fabric together so that they don't move. So the next thing I'm doing now is to sew the shoulder. And from one side of this, I won't be sewing it deep. I'll just sew 1 inch below. For the side, I will be adding a zipper. So I'll just sew 1 inch, then I will leave the remaining space for the zipper. So I went ahead to sew this, and this is the space I'll be attaching my zipper to. So you can use an invisible zipper or you can just use a normal zip, this skirt zip. So I'll go ahead and fix the zip now. So you can just fix the zip anyhow you want to fix it. You know, there are different methods of fixing a zipper. So you just use any method of your choice. After that, it is time to fix the neckline. So for my own, like I said, it is 2.5 inches wide. It is 2.5 inches wide. So when I sew with half inch, then I have 2 inches. So you have to close the edge of your neck. That is your bishop neckline. You have to close the edge. So for this bishop neckline, I'm just cutting a straight fabric. So I'm just cutting a straight fabric. I don't want to stress myself on the neckline. So now you go ahead and just measure your neck, what you have at this your blouse neckline. You must make sure what you have there is the same thing as what you have on your bishop neckline so that everything can align. Or you can even cut your bishop neckline a little bit shorter. That's if you are cutting it straight like I did, so that you can stretch it a little bit to fit in into the neckline. So I've went ahead to fix my bishop neckline on the fabric. Then I'll go ahead now and also fix my sleeve. So these are my sleeve that I've joined together, and I will fix it. So after I was done, so for this bishop neckline at the back, I need to add a button at this back because I can't just leave it like this. So this is what it looks like. So let me tell you again that at this neckline, like at the back here, I use an hemming gum to hold the facing to the fabric. So I used an hemming gum. So I just place it in between and I just ironed it. So I'll be using this my button holes, and I'll be using 4 buttons. So I'll cut it, then I will sew it to one side. I'll sew the button holes to one side. Then I will fix the buttons to the other side. So in my own case, I'm using bead as my button. So I'm using bead as my button. Then I will go ahead and fix the bead to the other side, and it must correspond to the button holes that are fixed to this other side. So that is what I will do right now. So if you have small button that can also work, you can go ahead and use that. So after I was done, this is what it looks like. So let me unbutton this and let me button it. So this is what it looks like. So this is what the back is looking like, and the back looks so beautiful. Like it came out very nice. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, share this video with your friends, drop a lovely comment in the comment section, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.